tight. Or if you want to go back down to the audience, feel free. But I'm gonna bring
No,
my
fine.
very,
I'll be right.
very the
I'll stay up.
whole.
You know
Okay,
what?
the,
I'll stay up so that if
okay,
people are looking through, they'll know that there's multiple people up. But I'm going to mute
cool.
myself so I can finish eating something.
All
But I
right,
want to hear
thank you,
Olivia,
Winnie.
who I think is absolutely stunning and so
I know,
talented.
right? She is the reason why I am here. She
I
is
think
totally
that's
responsible for making people
beautiful.
listen to
I
my
remember
freaking
seeing
crack.
you on American Idol too, because I have not missed 1 year or one episode of American Idol. And do you remember? Oh,
Uh
wait,
oh,
I
I
can't hear.
muted her. Sorry. All people to mute, unmute Olivia.
And I remember, now I'm one of these crazy people that we used to hang around on AOL in an American Idol chat every night that the show was on.
Did you cast
And
your votes
remember,
on
in
the phone?
voting, I used to have 3 phones lined up. And as soon as they let you vote, I had like whoever I was voting for, and sometimes I'd be voting for multiple
Did
people.
you remember voting for Olivia?
Wait, I think so.
I
Wait,
actually have
wait, but
never seen that.
you were
I
in the
need
live
to.
show, right? I'm trying to remember because don't forget
No,
you're.
I only made it to the
I
group
didn't think
rounds.
so. Yeah, but I would have since I've heard. But anyway,
Thank you, Winnie. That
but
was
I did. You're gonna laugh your head off though. You're gonna like, what is this crazy woman doing? But I kind of did it to make the younger kids like we'd have contests to see who could get in the most votes. I had it down to a rocket scientist. I would take my I bought like
Thank you,
some cheap,
Avi.
like the AT&T phones, whatever, that are like $16 at the time. I had 2 outlets. I had those like the number dialed in, and I just hit redial, and then I'd go to the second phone, hit redial, and as soon as you hear like you voted for so and so, it counted. You just immediately hang up, hit redial. So I would do this nonstop, plus my cell phone, right? Like one, two,
That's
three, one, two,
cool.
three. And I'd be counting, and I'd be doing, how you do hashtags 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slash it groups of five, mark it on a paper.
Wow.
I had this down to this is probably why they finally went to 10 votes. Can you
Because of people
imagine
like
doing
you.
this for 2 hours? There was the voting limit. Okay.
wow.
I would get in over anywhere like 3,000,
That
3,400
is very cool.
votes in 2 hours.
Oh,
And
Lenny,
then
sorry to interrupt. I think
I just want to finish this
Olivia
and I'm going to go.
Olivia probably is like really dang tired
I
because
know,
she's
just
been
want to finish. And
flying
then
and
the
flying.
finale was 4 hours of voting.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I did this. I didn't even get up to go to the bathroom. I already had my water ready because I didn't want to miss it. I got the
So
most votes that I got in during a finale
thank
was
you so
over.
much, Lenny, for
Yeah, I just want to finish
sharing
and I'm going.
everything.
Was over
So
Yeah.
6,000, Olivia.
Olivia is probably really tired, so I'm gonna make use of Olivia's few minutes before she like
I
falls
know,
asleep because
sweetie.
she's been flying and flying and flying.
Oh, okay. All
Are
right.
you just
Well,
home for
God
tonight?
bless you. Thank you for having me up
Thank
and
you,
have a really
Lenny.
great night. I love you, bud. I love you guys, and I love Haps.
Thank
Oh.
you.
We'll
So
see you
I
soon.
if I actually need to introduce this girl, do I? But she's responsible for everyone having to put up with my endless drumming and picking up bunny poop and trying my voice live. And Dina knows that I say my voice likes to do three things: creak, crack, and croak. And who's responsible for that?
Me.
Yes.
I told you would love live streaming, Ella. See? And now you have a badge and everything. Look at you.
I it's crazy. I it just proves to me that people will watch anything.
No, and that you're entertaining and that you're articulate and you're good on camera. That's what it means.
Oh, the head is growing already. I need a bigger wig soon. Thank you.
Hello! Good to see you again, Avi. Fight on! I just told
Yes.
Avi that I'm in a USC family, so there's a lot of USC, a lot of Trojans in the family, and then I'm
Yay.
a bear. We have a few bears, a few Bruins, a few
Um,
Trojans.
when
Hi,
is
Mark.
did your hubby graduate
He
with
is
you?
graduating next spring.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, he's in a much harder program.
Is he
Uh,
liking it? The whole experience?
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, USC is an amazing school. So it's
Yes.
the support system at USC is by far like I think that's second to none. I mean, USC
That's.
has an amazing alumni like
Mm-hmm.
program because of how good the school is. I think that's like part of the appeal, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no other school I think that has that kind of support. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
USC. USC just has like loyalty right there. Like
Yep.
even here, like Avi's like fight on USC. It's just great.
And I the first time, you guys won't believe it. Well, first of all, when me and Olivia became friends, it was either on Instagram or Facebook, and we found each other because we're bunny moms.
Hmm.
And then my friends start sending me notes like, you know Olivia, and I go, the bunny mom, yeah. And then they'll start sending me like, I'm so jealous, you know Olivia, and I go, what's up with Olivia? Oh, she's in America. She sings and she's like really popular in Hawaii and kind of she's just bunny mom. And I remember the first time we met, it was because my son, Mom Austin, the super old soul, will not go to the Ariana Grande concert with me.
That's right. That's so funny. That was a
I
great.
know, I know, we got such great seats.
Yes.
And we were just like messaging or something, and I asked her what kind of music she liked, and I said, "Do you like Ariana Grande?" She goes, "Of course I do."
Yeah, and
What are you nuts?
that's when we were friends.
Right.
And then you became my pseudo mom when you were playing my mom at
That was
at Berkeley.
that was the first time I heard you sing live.
That's right.
People ask me like, "Is she great?" I go, "I don't know. I've not heard her sing." It's like everyone just told me, and I believe I've seen you kind of maybe like on either live streaming or recorded shows. I'm like
Yeah.
friends with her for like 2 years. I have not seen her sing. What's up with that? So that Ariana Grande concert, I don't know how like it all lined up because you were in Southern. Were you in Southern California or were you in Hawaii? Can't remember.
I think I was in SoCal because I I I did I drive?
No, you guys flew. You guys had to buy your own plane tickets
That's right. We flew.
just for the Ari concert. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And then
Yeah.
we just got to know each other more. And then she got accepted to Cal, and I was so excited for her. And
Awesome.
she got like a stylist and the works.
Yeah, it
And I
was fun.
go, can I come March? I'll provide transportation. I'll
I
provide.
was
And
like, well, my own mom doesn't even know what school this is,
I'm like,
so
it's such a big deal. And you got invited to sing the anthem. I'm like, okay, get
like,
remember
can you
that
be
guy?
my mom? Because all the other freshmen are like your kid's age, not my age, so that works out.
I know. And then back then I had my pothead Uber driver that I was using like
Oh yeah,
consistently every day. So we even had a chauffeur for the day.
yeah, he was really nice. I'm like, oh hey,
And then you stayed over at the house that I never slept in except that night
that
with
day.
you. We had to bring like our sleeping bags and comforters and bunny pillows. We've
That
never
was
slept
really
there.
fun.
Yep, that was fun.
I wish I could have flown back with those pillows, but I couldn't. I was like, oh, I can't fit that
It
in there.
was like that big.
I
Wait,
know. And I
the
was like, I
screen
only
doesn't
took
even
off with
fit.
the backpack.
Yep, it is actually really like the two of us put together that wide and or even wider.
Yeah.
Hot Uber, yeah. No, he's just a pothead. He was not hot. Dina, sorry.
No, 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 not hot. Pot.
Pot, yes, pothead.
Pothead Uber driver.
I
Mark
don't
says
know.
no idea how Haps works. I just made my account yesterday. Welcome, Mark, to the
Yay, new
land of the Haps.
people!
The Haps is a very wonderful, fantastical place. Welcome to the Haps.
It is, and I'm kind of like the introvert that has learned how to operate in an extrovert world. And Olivia thought I could do it, even though I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put my face on screen, and there'll be like nobody around. I'll be talking to myself, talking to the camera. How do you do that? I hate monologues, and she could just do it. I'm like,
Well, that's it. It's not it's a dialogue because people are talking to us. Like Foamy, for example. Olivia's OG. Foamy's OG. Foamy's been around
for
since the
me.
same time frame. Diana,
Yeah,
Olivia, Ella, have you tried Olivia's doTERRA remedies for sleep?
absolutely.
I,
You should see my
yeah,
collection. Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah, it's a good collection. And they just released an entire sleep kit. So people who have like serious sleeping issues, that's the one to go for. Yeah.
Yeah, and not
Hola.
only that, but I actually put like the lime and the lemon in my water every single day.
Oh, so good. So great for
Yeah,
detox too.
and it just tastes so much better because like water all day. It's like, ugh.
It's
But it
true.
just makes it so much more interesting. You don't have to like chug soda or anything. And
Yeah.
knowing that is food grade, you can't like go to Walgreens and get like oils and put in your water because Lord knows what you're gonna put in your body.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
you,
also how like LaCroix is made. They put essential oils in the sparkling water, but I think they got in trouble because they were using
oh,
cheapo essential oils and people were getting sick.
oh, really? They just put oils in. And that
That's why
brand
you
is
make
so
LaCroix.
popular too. I mean,
Yeah.
never was a huge fan. I mean, it just tastes so much fresher when you have the good stuff in your water instead of like someone else's. If I
Yeah.
crave a soda every now and then, I do it. But
Yeah.
like every time I go to the shop, I at least have like two big old water bottles. I wanted to ask you. Well, first of all, thank you, Olivia. The whole reason why I'm here and made so many friends during the pandemic is because of you. Somehow you saw it's like that's how good friends are. They see in you what sometimes you don't see in yourself.
It's true.
And I so appreciate it. But I've been asking people about their first experiences, like putting themselves online. I know you're so experienced that you have to probably go back to the time when you were 11.
Yeah, actually you're right.
Yes, I am
Way
kind of
back.
her mom. Okay, so tell us when you first started. I mean, did you have any like hesitance? Like, what if nobody shows up, or two people show up? What do I do with myself? Tell us how it was.
Well, do you mean like my first live streaming experience or just like going on the social media?
Live streaming, because like social media, I've kind of gotten used to it, but like putting your face out there to talk to people or to play your music live. When did you
That's
decide
true.
to do that?
So there was a long time ago, there was a website called Blog TV.
Uh huh.
And I think this was maybe in 2009, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe no, not that far back. Maybe 2011. But even before then, there were like these other things that you could do, right? You could just be like on Twitch wasn't a thing yet because Twitch was still like a video gaming platform,
Uh
but
huh.
there were other platforms like Blog TV. So I remember I had a Tuesday 9 p.m. show every Tuesday. I went on Blog TV and I would just sing covers. I
Uh
didn't even
huh.
have any original music then, so I was just singing covers and people would come on, and it was really fun. And then
Like, do you remember the first time like you loaded the software and you got your guitar or your keyboard or your violin and you turned on your computer, your camera? How did you feel that first time or that first week?
I think it was more so about a finding a platform where I didn't have to like lug my equipment into the car, take it down, set it up, see if anybody would
Oh,
show
that's a
up. You know?
different. Mm-hmm. That is
Yeah,
just like so much more
and then,
convenient. Now you can
yeah,
like be everywhere.
yeah, and then for Periscope in particular, I just set up. I had a setup in my bedroom, and I actually learned how to loop while I was broadcasting on Periscope. So before then, it was just like, here's my keyboard, and I'm just gonna play keyboard today, or I'm gonna play guitar today. And then eventually it went to, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this thing called looping since I know how to
Mm-hmm.
play multiple instruments, and see
Mm-hmm.
what happens. So I set up the looping, the whole thing, like with the Periscope audience. So I remember like Alina being there. Alina had a different name at the time, but Alina was there to like help set things up. It was super awesome. Thank you, Jason Wallace, for the Super Heart Award.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for
And
me.
there's Buffalo too. I performed in Buffalo. That's a funny. That's a story for another day. That was actually the show that got me to stop performing and like traveling alone. Ever since
Oh,
that show, I stopped traveling to any show alone. It was a very scary experience. But yeah, anyway, Buffalo, great wings. Oh, I love Lupin. Yeah, Foamy Homie was there
Homie is
during
like
that.
totally loopy.
Yes, super loopy. I believe that Jason says. Yeah, it was very scary. Jason Gates on YouTube says, I checked your channel an hour ago to see if you were streaming. Hi, my birthday is next week, Friday.
Happy
Happy early
birthday!
birthday! Yeah, see, Ella, you're like made for streaming. Like this is just the kind of interaction that people need, especially like it's so different from any other like social media. You don't get this kind of interaction, you know?
Hmm.
I live 45 minutes from Buffalo in the country. LOL. Oh, how
Oh,
cool.
cool.
That's
You guys
awesome.
could have met up. Yeah,
All
so
right.
this is like right now it's a small enough platform where you can actually reach people and talk
Yeah.
to real humans. Because I think if I failed to reach anyone and everyone just sat in the back, even if there were like 10,000 people watching me silently, I don't think I'd like it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Olivia. I mean, no one would believe, you know. Oh, and I got this fancy red box thingy.
Oh yeah, the interface for your ukulele. And I mean, well, you also started here like playing piano. That was
Yeah,
really awesome.
the piano was like, I just like put the phone somewhere and started playing. But but the piano just has like it carries a richer, deeper sound, so you don't really need a whole lot of equipment.
That's true. The ook
Hi,
is harder.
Kevin. Yeah, because in the
Hi,
beginning
Kevin.
when I tried to listen to myself, all I heard is like scratchy noises. I mean, none of the like the tones.
Now
It
we
sounded
can
like
hear
this.
it.
Yeah,
It's so
now it
cool.
sounds like this. Can you believe that? I mean, it's like 500% different.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's an
Without
exact
the
number.
yeah,
500%.
because without the condenser and the box, it really sounds like this on replay.
It does.
Yeah, and with this, I mean,
It's clear.
yeah, and then I have my band of gerbils who live inside my iPad to play my
Are you
background music.
are you on a mic too? Because you sound really clear too.
Yep, condenser mic.
Look at you. You're all set up.
Yes, I because I figure if I can find a little electronic help for me to sound better,
Yeah, it's
because I
awesome.
just couldn't like that the because I guess it's a simple instrument that doesn't have that richer tone. It always sounds like tinny. Sounds like I'm playing a
Yeah,
kid's instrument.
it's meant to be played on the beach with your friends,
Yes, I
you know,
tried it on the roof because I saw one of
or on the roof
Retta's.
with your friends.
I saw Retta's nightly beach broadcast. It was a beautiful sunset, and I go, I'm feeling kind of like trapped today. I'm just gonna carry myself up to the roof. And then
There we
the San
go.
Francisco Bay Area. By the
Yeah,
time I had all the equipment, it was like 50 degrees with a stiff
of
breeze,
course.
and I had my parka. And then I came to realize why this was a tropical instrument, because with the big old puffy sleeve, you can't play it. You're like muting all the strings,
Yeah,
so
it
then I
probably
had to,
goes out of tune too because of the weather.
and then I had to take my arm out of my parka, and then I go, okay, I'm freeze to death. Oh, now that's it. And then I quit feeling my arms because it was so dang cold.
Oh yeah, that's what I don't miss about the Bay Area. It's like it's always cold.
Except this weekend is going to be like over 100 again, which means
Oh, okay. So you've got a heat wave going.
yeah. So how long are you going to be home? I think Monday.
Um, I think until Monday at the latest because I have to be
Oh,
back. We have to be back in Utah. There's a lot of things going on, especially since I became a founder in DoTerra. There's just been a
can you believe it? This lady here. I'm trying to learn that I need to point to the wrong side.
you're pointing. I know you feel like you're pointing on the wrong side, but you're totally pointing the right side.
This lady has worked herself up to being a founder at doTERRA. I mean, can we be any prouder of her?
Thank you.
And,
Thank you,
and
Ella.
I actually, I mean, like, ingest her products, not diffuse it. So I already told her, yeah, I need to refill soon. I
We've
think
got to find bunny light up diffusers for
I
your.
know the ones that they've been sending me are just they're gonna go in my bunny vault of duds.
Oh man, is it the one with like the foam in it, like the wick?
Yeah, I sent you that one. The head comes off and there's a light. I mean, it's super cute.
Yeah.
but it's not a real diffuser.
Yeah. I don't know how those work.
They don't, not
Oh,
really. I mean,
they don't
it's
work.
just
Okay.
yeah, it's just like a little bit of what do you call it,
Smell.
steam, like the
Uh-huh.
diffuse stuff, but it is, since it's not like the real full power diffuser mechanism doohickey,
Yeah.
um the effect is not, it still looks cute, that, and
Yeah.
then you can make it light up. So I guess I'll just like leave it like at my shop and see if people want to buy it just for decoration and the light. But
Yeah.
I'm still looking. When I find one, I'll let you know. We
Yes.
can
Let
put
me
it
know.
in doTERRA. Alright,
It's
that's
so funny because every time I get something from you, buy something from your store, or you ship something to us, all my bunny Valentine stuff never stays here.
she gets totally robbed.
I have I get I get guilt tripped or just straight up robbed from little children that I am watching. I am like I'm like full-time founder in doTERRA and like part-time nanny, free nanny for my nieces and my
And there are three of them, right?
three nieces. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Mary Poppins. Like last week, they came to visit in Miami, and I was their personal chef. Like
Oh my
they're,
gosh. It was them. I saw some of your pictures, but I couldn't really tell if those were like your nieces or someone else's kids.
no, there were so many. There three of them are my nieces, and the other ones are like honorary niece and nephews because
That's
they're
so awesome.
really good friends of theirs. So like they came on the trip, and it was so cute. And then I made a ton of food that I did not document at all. I should have documented it, but I didn't. It was like an
Yeah.
international buffet. I made like Italian food and Japanese food and Korean food.
Okay, next time you're in town, I'm offering you up Austin's room. I don't care if he's there. He gonna have to go
Awesome. And
somewhere
then
else.
I can be your personal chef for
Yes,
that week.
because for the rest of you, you know I don't ever cook. It's not my journey. I mean, I sometimes when I go grocery shopping, I look at all the foods and I go, "Oh, I wish I liked cooking more."
I wish I actually liked this thing called cooking.
Yeah,
And I'm
because
over here like, ooh, ingredients.
can you imagine if I dedicated the same number of hours at cooking as I do with the ukulele? I can again switch careers like that, just like that again.
Just like that.
But I that's not my thing. Austin cooks more than I. Austin bakes bread. Austin makes
What?
pasta. Yeah, that lockdown period. I mean, he stayed here for a while, and then he goes, "Mom, can I go back to the apartment?" I go, "Yes, you need to go." Uh,
Get out of here.
yeah, I mean, I want you here, but I can feel like he's a young adult. He would get antsy, right?
Yeah.
So he's here now, but his full day, all his days are booked. So we just kind of like collide in the middle kitchen area sometimes.
How funny.
Yeah, so he every time I get a new product, he'll just look and go, "There's more." Oh my god!
That's true.
And I was consulting with him and see, should I go to all those night markets this year because they suddenly all opened up.
I heard it's busy too. Like
You
people
think
are going.
because they've been locked up for so long? Yeah, I
But
you know,
also, I mean, the 626, we had a lockdown, but the culture here is so surrounded by going out to eat. Like, that's totally part of 626 culture. You know, you
yeah,
could just like stop an entire city, like entire like eight city block of people's culture. Like we go out to eat. That's like one of the things that it's like a
yeah.
regular thing. Like
It's like
some people go to the movies,
uh huh.
66 people go out to eat.
Yeah, I mean, like when we lived in Hong Kong, we go visit Hong Kong. I mean,
Yeah,
the kitchen is like a little box. Most people, it's like a daily event to go out to
yeah,
eat.
yeah. We even have a word for going out to eat late night snacks. It's called siu ye.
So yeah, right. Late night. Yep, you have terms.
Yeah,
We don't have,
that's
and it's
totally
fun.
a
It's a
thing.
social experience. Nobody goes to bed early, so
Yeah,
or
exactly.
or at all.
That's where we get it from, Ella. That's why we stay up so late. It's because we have Cantonese blood.
I know, right? Oh my gosh! Like if in the middle, well, I know the insomniacs here. So many people, Olivia, are from the East Coast, and I'm like, and they stay with me when I go on at like 1 or 2 o'clock. The night owls on this coast will be like starting to fall asleep, and then if I continue till 3, then I catch the people waking up. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, see, Lenny says, I love staying up late.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of found my clan of crazy insomniacs here, so I
You
feel
will
really
find
good.
your. Oh, look at Puppy Cat!
Yeah, he was here. Oh, speaking of puppy cat, 2 nights ago he became a lap bunny on his own. Yes, because I have my setup like I'm always in this corner, and then he'll inch up to me. I mean, he loves streaming because he gets extra food, right? I mean, he knows
Yeah.
what happens when the ring light goes on.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, ring light
Yeah.
treats.
Whole night full of treats.
Yeah,
So he was coming closer and closer, and usually he would like do that digging motion to get your attention.
yeah.
And if I'm in the middle of song, I can't, right? I'll try to elbow him a little and say, "All right, you're here." Um, and then that night he put 2 paws on my lap, and next thing you know, his whole body was on my lap. So I was so shocked. I texted Austin because I didn't want to lose, the moment. Austin was like, 8 feet away. I texted him. He goes, so 7.5 years. He's never hopped on my lap. So maybe I have haps to think too. So he did it twice that night. Like, you want to come on? Oh my god! So Austin was working. He came on. It's pretty incredible because bunnies are not born wanting
They
to
are.
be held.
No.
Yeah,
Like, out of the three bunnies we have, only one of them is like a very loving, cuddly bunny, and the other two are just kind of like, ugh.
yeah. You come to me if you want, to
Yeah,
to
they're
inhale someone.
beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful rabbits, but they're also like really standoffish.
Yeah, so I mean
They're
that's why
like the
puppy cat.
popular girls at school. Like,
Yes,
they don't
most of them are like that, and puppy cat. Luckily for me, that's why he's called puppy cat because he can be aloof
like a
and he
cat.
can be clingy like a puppy. So
Yeah. Oh, look. Okay, so Jason Gates says my paternal grandma was from the Philippines. I wish she introduced me to lumpia, their national dish, but I got some from Walmart. It's good. It's basically like a spring roll. It is a spring roll.
yeah, yeah. I get mine from the 99 Ranch
Yeah,
Market. I
those
mean
are good.
those are good enough. I mean,
You know what though? I think like something happens when you hit a certain age, and I'm like, I can't really do the deep fry thing anymore. It gives me heartburn.
yeah, yeah. I only stock up those things when Austin is home, or else you would never catch
Yeah,
me deep frying anything.
but how did we eat
Hi,
so many
Todd.
deep fried things?
I know it would just sit here in the middle and not move. I didn't feel the earthquake. Lenny told me about the earthquake. It was like a 6 right at the border between California and Nevada.
Oh my
And I
gosh!
just I texted Austin's aunt and uncle. That's the best way I can say who they are because I
Yeah.
don't know yet. They just bought a house in Reno. So that's why I was
Uh-huh.
texting them before and I asked, did you guys feel it? Is your house okay? Good. Oh no, it's okay. Just like felt the light fixtures swing a little. But
Wait. So was there an earthquake today in NorCal? Todd
uh
says.
yeah, border of California and Nevada, near Lake
So you
Tahoe
felt
and,
it
and
too?
Reno. I didn't feel it. My Austin's aunt and uncle, they have a house in Reno, and
Ah,
they
see.
said some of their stuff moved, and then they felt it in Antioch too, which is like east of where I live.
Wow.
Yeah, it was near a 6, so it was not insignificant. So maybe it happened like in a more rural area instead of like in town. Hopefully, like in a mountain where there's nobody living, not as many people living there.
Wow. A lot of
Yeah,
people moving to Nevada. My brother just moved there too.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so when you go visit, you gotta let me know because it's
I,
drivable.
yes.
When it's drivable, we can actually meet up.
Yes.
Or I still have to get a.
Shaz says, "Hey Olivia, hello." Lenny says, "I can't eat greasy foods either. Tons of aftershocks still going on. Oh my gosh, 5.9." Foamy says,
Yeah,
south of Reno, they downgraded again. Nevada
it's
and
like
North.
pretty scary. I felt the one 2 weeks ago that was around the Bay Area. I was
Wow,
in my
it's a lot
in
of
my
earthquakes
room.
happening.
I like that got me freaked out a lot more than usual because I just finished reading the article about the Florida condos, and I live in a condo. So when it started moving,
Seriously?
I just finished reading the update of the condos, and I felt the like my condo like swaying. And I'm like, okay, first of all, do I grab my pajamas? Do I put on street clothes, grab puppy cat, and go? But by the time I went through the list to assess what I need to do right now, it was already over, even though it felt like it's a long time. Oh, bye! Thank you for visiting.
Oh, bye, Shaz. But
Usually we sing and we do like other strange things, but today's a special occasion. Thank you for sharing this with me. Good night.
no, well, sometimes I get scared about Miami and their buildings and construction because there was another time that we were there, and I think one of the freeway bridges collapsed.
Was there a storm? Was there a reason?
No, they were
Oh
fixing something. There
God!
were actual vehicles under and on top of the bridge near the Florida University, not the University
Oh,
of Florida, but Florida something FIU, and the freeway bridge collapsed and killed people underneath and on top because the cars came
uh-huh.
flying.
Oh my gosh! That's just like the big earthquake in San Francisco, like 20 years ago. There was a double
Yeah, but
decker.
that's the thing. There's no earthquake. It's
Like
just the
nothing happened and then just fell over. That's
faulty
really
construction, and then two condos collapsing. Like what?
yeah. What kind of people are building those
That's not
places?
a natural disaster.
I
That's
know. I mean, nothing
man-made.
happened.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like, oh my
It's
gosh, what is going
human
on?
error. It's
Yeah,
human
human
error.
error.
I mean, they
Just
shouldn't.
not being careful. Like that's
They
not.
they they are trying to find out like who didn't report the problem or who didn't like let people know or who sat on the report that there's something wrong with the building. But a 40-year-old building shouldn't have that kind of issue to begin with, right? 40 years is not that old when you have like a condo, concrete, rebars and all. It shouldn't need like people to inspect it to call out all the part places where it's breaking.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that earthquake, I went, okay, all right, maybe I do have to pack an emergency bag. But
Well, there was
camping's not
like
fun.
some. There's like a major leak or something going on, like right before it collapsed. Like they should have evacuated.
Yeah, it was a person like in the next building who filmed in the garage and
Yeah,
filmed.
like across the street.
Uh huh.
And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, so that was happening right before. If they had just evacuated, that
Yep.
could have worked out
Scary. Was it far from where you guys were?
pretty
I don't.
far
I don't
because I
even
don't
know
even
where
know
you
where
were.
it was.
Oh, and you were basically like around Miami.
I'm like in Miami, but I the day it collapsed, I just booked a yoga class that had to pass through that area to get there. So I actually never went to the class because I think they blocked off everything to get there. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, well, it must be pretty serious. So I guess I kind of know what area it's in. It's like near the water.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Reminds me of
but
OKC bombing years ago.
yep.
My father was a former director of inspection services and building commissioner for many years and well known. I know a bit about these things. It has to be built to code.
Yeah, so somebody probably like cut a little bit of corners to save a few bucks when it was built because it shouldn't need repairs. Oh, the Millennium Building in San Francisco, the tallest luxury residential condo in the financial district of San Francisco, is leaning. So no units are under a million. Hi, Desiree. But every
It's
year it
leaning
yeah it has sank like quite a few inches like into the ground. So as a result, it's leaning just a little bit. So they had interviews on the news every now and then, and they had this couple. They said, you know what, we bought it for like X number of millions. It wasn't even 2 million. But they decided that they can't. They just don't feel safe, so they moved out. But then there's nobody to buy it, so they're
because
out
it's
the
leaning.
millions.
Wow.
It's a beautiful building. It's all glass and steel.
Wow.
and it looks gorgeous because they went into some units and showed it.
Ooh,
Yeah, so careful. Read all the disclosures when you guys buy property. Always, even now.
cool.
Yeah, I kind of gave up looking. I think most of you guys know I started looking for a bigger place,
Yeah.
but it's just crazy. I mean, I don't. It has to be like bigger and better. It's hard to
Yeah.
get. It's easy to get better. I mean, bigger, but the better part. All right, I'll just try to organize my life a little better.
There we go.
And the prices are outrageous. I mean, it's outrageous to begin with, but it's outrageous and then 20% because there are people outbidding for every single
Yeah.
little house.
Yeah.
So the market in around where you are must be crazy too, right?
I was super hyper inflated.
Yeah, it's like why we should like. Do people actually feel confident about investing that kind of money right after?
Well, I think right now a lot of the Chinese people that moved in and like inflated the prices here, they're actually
Hmm.
leaving. So
Oh,
I don't really know what's happening. I think they're just like selling their homes and going back
uh huh.
to China or moving out of state. They're moving to other states.
Yeah, there are other states that are friendlier in terms of like taxes and how they treat small businesses and all that.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah,
so much red tape and taxes.
yep.
Hi Walt.
Hi,
Yeah.
Walt.
Hi
Hi,
morning.
Desiree.
It's morning somewhere, right? Oh, I just sent you like more flappy hats so that you can outfit your niece's band for me.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure they'll
I
be very excited about those
I can't wait until I see the whole entire band wearing the
flappy
flap.
hats. I know.
I forgot to take out the battery protectors, so I'll show you when you get them. Thank
Okay.
you for the award, Avi.
Thank you, Abby, for the mic drop.
Yes. So have you sang in a while, young lady?
Not, I mean, sort of for fun, like while I'm
Uh,
cooking.
uh,
Well, Chris finally saw the Greatest Showman movie.
huh.
So he was like, I'm so glad you made me watch that movie. It's a great movie.
I haven't seen it.
In his manliest voice. And then he goes on to listen to the entire soundtrack.
Yeah, I am just all about the soundtrack. I've never seen the movie.
Well, me too. I understood like the soundtrack and I was like, these are good songs. And when
Mm-hmm.
I watched the movie, I was like, oh my goodness, this movie is
Is it
insane.
good? Is it just as touching as I remember you were in the car with me when Pothead was driving us around, and A Million Dreams came on, and I told you that's like my favorite song because of the imagery of like
Well,
a mom
and then
having.
you've got to see what happens in the movie because hi Ariana. Have you thought of trying out for the voice? I have tried out for the voice. I almost got on the show. I was very close, but didn't no dice. And then AGT too. Are you talking about Chinatown or New York? In New York? No, I'm talking about where I live, which is a way bigger Chinatown than New York. Rod. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so the movie in that scene in particular, so the whole movie, I don't do you like spoilers?
yeah. Go ahead.
Spoiler alert. Okay, so the whole movie is about how PT Barnum, I think that's the name, yeah, PT Barnum, the guy who started the circus,
Uh huh.
his story, but in a in a glorified way that was written and exaggerated. But he came from a very poor family.
Mm-hmm.
And so his dad was a tailor, and he's at this rich person's house to tailor his clothes. And he's apprenticing with his dad, and he basically falls in love with the rich man's daughter.
Oh,
And
trouble. Uh huh.
yeah, and it's a big deal at the time in this era because he's poor and she's rich, and he didn't.
It's still a big deal in a lot of
Yes.
places. Yeah.
Oh, it's still a huge deal and with a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people. So he basically goes and like slaps the little boy for even thinking about
Trying. Uh huh.
for even looking at her. And they're like 8 or 9 years old or something, like really young. And so afterwards when no one's looking, like I guess he like takes her hand and they're like little kids and they go to like
Oh.
the lake and they're looking out on the lake and they're playing and having a great time because they're children playing, and he starts to sing the song. And that's why So he's like singing this song, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like so in love with you, and I'm gonna marry you, little girl," you know.
Oh, that's so
And that's
cute.
why midway through the song, he becomes an adult
Uh huh.
because they really do. He really like gets the girl, and they run away together and live this very poor life as a poor
Uh huh.
couple where he's like working and she's like
Oh.
doing laundry, doing work, and then finally they like have like the very last scene she is pregnant, and then like it's just so touching because he, he was like slapped for even looking at her, and
Yeah.
then
Oh,
as they
did
grow up
her
they
did her family ever accept him?
I don't even think they did, not even through the end of the movie. And
Oh,
but
so
that
he should
but
have
it,
just
that
cut
was a
ties.
very important factor because throughout the entire movie his like main driving force was that her dad never accepted him.
Oh.
So he keeps on trying to get richer and richer and richer.
Oh, so he can go like meet their standards, whatever that
But
means.
but no matter what, he never does because her parents are like judging him, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like he never reaches what they believe is to be worthy of their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But then he keeps on going for this thing, like chasing after the riches. And he never actually achieves it because as he's chasing the riches, everything falls apart and
Yep.
his circus burns down, like all this stuff. But then that also told the story of like why the circus became a traveling circus in a tent because the
Oh.
original building burned down.
Oh, so instead of just like building like
A stagnant one
right,
place
he decided to
circus.
take it on the road.
That's what happened. And that's why there's a traveling circus.
Wow, that's a really I gotta when I have enough like attention span, I
It's
need
a
to
long
watch.
movie, but I think it's worth watching.
Yeah, the soundtrack it's amazing.
Yeah.
And
And then I'm like, oh my
Dina
gosh.
told me to go watch Luca, the
Ooh,
animated. Yeah, she really liked it, and it's on
ooh.
Disney. And it
I
looks
love
really good.
animated films.
I know. And Luca is like the boy version of the Little Mermaid, so I'm really interested.
That's right.
Yes, it's so cute.
Yeah, I've got to see. Well, I mean, I love animated movies.
You know,
It takes
Pixar.
so much to create an animated film that
Yes,
I
because
almost think they put more work into it.
you need the people behind it anyway, and then you have to, do the animation.
Yeah, I love animated films. They're one of my favorites.
Recently, Pixar always makes me cry though, so that's not good.
See, and then there's Pixar, and every frame takes like 30 minutes or something. I'm like,
That one makes me cry. I'm why at this age am I crying at cartoons?
exactly. But then when we were little, we didn't understand. So we
That's
didn't
true.
cry. We just thought
It,
they were
it-
good
they
movies.
were cute, yeah.
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, actually, this movie is even better than I thought it was.
Yeah, and then when you're little, our parents will say that's not real. And then we just kind of take it. Oh yeah, it's not real.
Yeah, but the emotions are real.
Yeah, and then you have to grow to a certain age before you like really immerse yourself in the book or the movie or a TV show and understand
Yeah.
what kind of emotions they're trying to get to you. And once you get to that age, then you get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's over. And then, like, every single movie, I'm crying. I'm
Yeah,
crying at every movie.
I'm glad they don't really make Hallmark commercials anymore. They always make me cry too. I mean, I don't mean like a little teary eyed. Like allergies, really.
And you're like, oh, now I have to go get a Hallmark card.
I know. Boy, something. Are they done? Because of this, like everything is on a computer. Are there still
Man,
Hallmark stores?
I don't know. I mean, like, I think people still appreciate a good card. I'm not a
Yeah.
big card person.
Right.
So
I
I don't,
write a note with
yeah,
my packages
yeah,
because I'm a small shop and people would, really appreciate that you write them a personal note.
yeah.
Um,
Notes are cool,
but the
but
card shops, I mean, the papyrus in the shopping center. Oh, you've been there. The papyrus there at Bottle Deposit, it shut down. Couldn't make it.
wow. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, cards are expensive.
Yes. I mean
There
the
are
good
cards that cost like $10.
$10. Yeah, if you want the fancy, like the bedazzled, the 3D, the If Foamy is still there, the pop up. Foamy did pop up.
Yeah. They're like these singing pop-up cards, and they're like really fancy, and then you give them to people, and they don't know what to do with it.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I
You
can't do
know,
this
I
card
really feel
thing.
bad. I always feel bad when I have to clean up the business. I not the Christmas cards of people's families and kids.
Yeah, like they send you the photo, and they took like holiday photos, and you're just like, oh,
And like
thank
it's March, and my junk drawer is now full.
yeah. And then they send you another one the year after, and then I'm like,
Right, all the
oh,
updates, right?
cute.
This year we did this, and this kid graduated, and this kid is going to college, and I'm like, only now it's April. I have to do something. I don't like throwing away people's pictures that they ordered from Shutterfly or wherever. They took
Yeah,
so much effort to create such a beautiful card.
I know. And then I'm like, I don't know how to explain, like, oh, I'm trying to embrace minimalism, and you've got a beautiful family and stuff, but
Yeah, just
I
attach
have
it
a
to
small house.
I don't have much wall space,
Yeah, I'm running out of room on my refrigerator. I don't know how to tell you, but
but like just put them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever your vibe might be,
yeah.
and email it to us. That'll be plenty good enough, so we don't feel so bad throwing away pictures of your kids.
Exactly. I don't want to throw away pictures of your kids.
Also, back to your first experiences. So you got on a social streaming platform. You got it all set up. Did you already bring your audience with you, or you don't have to experience like crickets?
So I realize that that's the beauty of a lot of the live streaming platforms is that they come with an audience. I think almost all of the live streaming platforms that I've ever been on come with an audience. And a lot of times they're meeting you for the first time on a live streaming platform, like this one, for example. So every live streaming platform I've ever been on comes with an audience like built in because they have people that love live streams, and that's kind of what happened. Like they're like in the most recent wave of my like social media journey, a lot of them I met through live streaming from this app called Live Me. I don't even know if they're still like going, but Live Me and Periscope, like a lot of this most recent wave of new friends that I've made, like they're
Mm-hmm.
all through live streaming, and it's kind of cool because that's where they live, because they're there to like interact with people, and they're real people interacting with you. So I think that's like a huge part of it, is that it comes with a built-in audience, and your job as a content creator is to create content that people care about and want to watch and see. And so that's why. Oh, is Foamy next? Because i'm I'm about to space out soon.
Oh yeah, because you just got home, right?
I literally landed at like 1 p.m., took a nap, went to a meeting, um, went to eat food, and then hopped on here.
I was next to Foamy. Do you still have to
Thanks
put
for
your
you.
makeup back on? But I'll let you go anyway, Olivia. I know you gotta get some rest, and it's like, oh, you've been like every time I text you in the middle of the night, I say, where on earth is Olivia Tai? And I'll come up with a different
Somewhere.
answer every
I
2 days. A
know.
different answer.
And in 2 days, I'm going to be in Utah. See? So listen, every 2 days.
Yeah, because I was like, sometimes when I have like other weird issues, I'll text you in the middle of the night. But this time, I'm like, she got me to buy this red box. I'm gonna get her to help me. That's why I was texting the person, and then you were so far away. And like, now I have to watch like 8 YouTube videos.
It's a great red box.
It
Very user
is.
friendly, very plug and play. You plug it in, and
That's so not true though. Professional singer Olivia.
it's a lot easier to use than other interfaces that I've had. Like right now, I have the Apogee Duet, and that thing was much more difficult to figure out than
But they
the
look
Spark.
so cool. They look much cooler.
I love that thing, and it makes a very clean sound. It's
But it's like
also
$2,000.
it's also 10 times the price. So I see the appeal, but I really only got it this one time because I went to the songwriting camp and something happened and I got super motivated to start learning how
Uh-huh.
to produce.
Oh,
And
so
I
you
was
got you
literally
want
like,
some upgraded equipment and you went for it?
yeah, no, I was just I was driven by all this motivation is what I'm going to
Uh-huh.
call it. And sometimes when you're overly emotional, there's no budget. So I came back from that songwriting week, drove straight to Guitar Center after I landed, and I just said,
Right. Are there any other stores besides the Guitar Center?
there
That
are,
would,
but I mean, I really just, yeah, I love Guitar
there
Center.
isn't. Maybe in SoCal because you guys are closer to like the entertainment industry, but right here there's none. You got to go to Guitar Center or Amazon.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I like Guitar Center, but
I
Guitar
know
Center
it's so much
and
fun.
then like Sam Ash, those are like your two
There
choices.
used to be a Fry's, but they shut down the ones in the Bay Area.
Oh, Foamy's coming on.
Oh
Um,
me! I know
but
he's probably still putting on
yeah,
his makeup.
yes.
So
So
you went for it, and then do you still use your red box?
my red box is still in Hawaii, so that thing is like over there, and I have it because I think it's important to have it there in case something happens with the apogee or whatever. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so
because they told me like
Foamy.
they told me like, oh well, he has to put his head on straight.
Yeah, you should put his head on. Jimmy, put your head on. You look
You're gonna
decapitated.
you're gonna traumatize small children. Okay,
There
just
we
let me
go.
know when you're.
Foamy's head was going.
Now I'm a little traumatized. He has
It's
to
all
get his
good.
head
It's
on.
all good. It's for a good reason. Good cause.
Okay, are you ready? Is your
I
head
am.
on
Can you hear
straight?
me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Great.
But I just want to make sure that you're not gonna, the head thing.
I'm good. I got dressed up for the
Are you
occasion.
secure? Okay. All right, here
I'm
we
very
go.
secure.
Another special guest coming up. My
Foamy.
my
Hello,
non-human
hello,
friend.
and hello.
Wow, I
Good to
feel
see
so
He's
you.
very
severely.
human.
Yes.
I am so underdressed.
Well, you told me it was a celebration, and so I broke out the tuxedo, my VIP badge, and my Ella Rocks pin.
There you go. I love it.
I'm here to
Oh my
celebrate
gosh,
you,
Foamy.
Ella. And what a treat, Olivia. I didn't realize you had such a connection with Ella. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's my college mom.
That's so
I
cool. I'm
know.
so jealous. I wish I
I
would have went to college.
oh
My
I
mom
thought
doesn't even know which college I graduated from.
Oh
I
wow.
thought you were gonna say like you wish you can pretend to be dad,
Oh
but then you
yeah.
don't look
Well,
like her.
I'm sorry
At
to
least
go
I
there.
can pretend to like I draw a few wrinkles and I got my pothead driver and that was like I it was kind of like a little
My question
celebrity
is, if if
moment
if if you knew your driver was a pothead, why did you continue to use it?
because he saved me once.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he
There
has
you
a I don't know whatever his intentions are. He's a married man with kids and a dog and a pig and all that. And
go. Okay.
I met the family. I know where he stashes his pot, and he doesn't do it while he's driving because I can smell it. And I say, "You do it," then I'm not.
Wow, you're
And
living on
then
the edge, Ella.
yeah, so
Ella is a very open-minded, friendly person.
Yes, she is. She is.
in other words, a weirdo, but she just didn't want to say it.
Well, so am I. So that makes two of us.
Yes,
And
that's right.
we have very interesting characters in our lives because of it.
Oh my goodness, our families are totally. Oh, okay, another night.
Another night, another time,
Yeah,
another season.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'll
Puppy
be like
cat.
3 hour show. Yep, he's having his little salad. Puppy cat
Puppy
just
cat now is a lap dancer or a lap dog? Would
A
you say
lap
lap?
dancer.
the first time Foamy came on with me, I have not really like talked to strangers. This is like such an odd experience. I even told Foamy that this is weird. Everything we teach our kids not to do, like don't talk to strangers, like don't put yourself online, conceal your, well, Foamy is concealing his identity, but we're
Yeah,
not
I'm
like,
actually jealous. I wish
This is
that
all
I
me.
could do
I
the same.
mean, I'm not the tux isn't real, but this is all me.
yeah. So the first time, like Foamy said, like, what kind of dog is that?
Yeah. Very intimidating dog.
You
Well,
know what?
especially
Is
That's
it a
the
pit
thing.
bull mix?
Yeah, that's the thing with the lops. They do look like dogs.
from
And,
afar,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, and
They're
sometimes
big.
they kind of run like them too. And then you're like, oh, hey, that's a little dog thing that looks like a rabbit.
Yeah. most people get a little confused, and Foamy got very confused.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when he makes fun of Puppycat too much, then I'll tell him, but I think he likes Twinkies.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't show the Twinkies off tonight. The Twinkies aren't available right now. Oh, Ella, I
Is
got all dressed up. I got all dolled up for you. I thought this was a celebration. I figured let me bring out the tux and celebrate
It
you.
is.
yes,
She just got her
Congratulations to you.
badge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Congratulations on your badge. It's a cool
It,
thing. Now
isn't
you can
that
wear it around
amazing?
town, and
I know.
and
Where do I
show it
put
off.
it? Where do I put it?
You can pin it wherever. Your lapel, make a
Yeah.
ring out of it, make a medallion out of it. Have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how to make medallions. I
Oh
can make
yeah.
a
I'm
medallion
about to
for
make one.
Puppycat to wear. He
Gonna have
can
to
be the
Yes.
make one to show it
VIP.
off.
I don't care about being a. I just care to be like seen more, so I can advertise for my business. So in turn, I can give more to the money community. Or
You
else I
know,
really don't care about like the metrics and all.
Sure.
I just want to be more searchable,
Just stay
and that
humble.
helps me. Yeah, that helps me like achieve my goals of.
Although I'm getting concerned, you got the glam ring light. That's like that's a live streaming step right there. The
It
ring
is
that's
light,
some
re-
glamour light.
pro stuff there.
You know what I'm saying? They got the nice looking microphone, got the nice headphones.
that's
I don't know,
Olivia's
Ella.
fault. Olivia's fault. I blame Olivia. Olivia got me here, and then Olivia recommended the red box.
That
But
was my first interface, so I was like, well, if you
Good.
need a beginner interface, that's the one. You got to get
and
that
I
one.
didn't know, and the only place was Guitar Center. So I went in, like I pretended like I didn't hear from you. So I asked the salesperson which one you recommend. He goes, "Oh, this one," and I go, "Oh, that's good. Match with whatever Olivia said."
Oh,
Because
they recommended the same one.
yeah, but then there are like lots of models from like one input to 2080. So I
Yeah,
go, okay, just give me the mid range because I don't
yeah.
know any better.
You
And
probably
then
got the same one with two inputs.
the eight, the third gen 8 1.
No,
I'm
I have
most
the 2i2 or something like that.
I don't know and they didn't have a big inventory.
Mm.
So yeah. So tell me about your first experience, Foamy. I'm all about hearing how people got started.
My first experience at Guitar Center, they tried to upsell me, and I spent more than I
As
needed to spend. And
Right?
right.
Ah,
so,
your head's moving
sorry, yeah,
over
sorry,
there.
I gotta pay attention.
You're
Sorry,
getting decapitated
no,
again.
I don't want to ruin the illusion. It's very hard, believe me.
Oh
It's very.
my gosh.
I'm
Okay.
trying my best not to ruin the illusion.
It is becoming an R-rated show because
No,
you're
it's not.
decapitating
But
yourself.
you're decapitating
Can you
yourself.
show me full screen? Just so people can see my stature.
Of
We need to see
course.
it.
I'm gonna put you there. I have to take myself out.
Yeah,
I
and
At the
me.
back.
broke out the blue screen and everything. Look at that.
Boom.
Oh
Look at that.
my
Don't I look very dapper?
goodness.
Very
Dapper.
dapper tonight.
Very,
Yeah.
very dapper.
Wow. Did
Got
you
the
Look,
have that?
nice
it
nice
looks like a real
hipster
news
tuxedo.
segment now.
Yeah,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you. There
that's
you go.
right.
See, I tried
Oh,
really
you
hard to
need
make
to
this work,
bring
Ella.
in. Oh, you actually have something on your. Oh
Yes,
my
I have my
gosh.
badge and I have Ella Rock's pin.
Ella Rocks.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my gosh, that's so
represented.
cool. Thank you.
Reppin'.
That's
You'll
right.
need to like if you how you display your mic. If you had that, you'll be like totally kind of
Uh, uh,
Anderson Cooper kind of vibe.
there you go. That's kind of cool. That for sure. I have the mic here somewhere. Just I don't know where it is. I got to be very very still, or else I'm gonna ruin the illusion.
Yes, it's small. Yeah,
Ah,
then
Hitting the mark.
oh no,
Sorry,
wait,
sorry, sorry, sorry.
hold on. I
See,
don't
it's
want to have to like put a trigger alert or something on
yeah.
my
Okay.
broadcast because
So
you're
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 asking about my
multi.
very first experience. I got to tell you, my very first experience, I was introduced to Periscope by a photographer who I happened to be helping with a video. I was doing a video shoot of him working, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "Let me show you this. Come over here and let's go live." I'm like, "Go live? What is that?" And he opened up Periscope, and he introduced me to his Periscope friends, and then I thought it was the coolest thing. I went home, downloaded the app, and then discovered what it was like to be a kind of a
Were
on the
you
stage on
already
a
foamy?
platform. I was foamy. Yeah, I was like foamy version 1.2. You know, yeah. And
Oh.
so yeah. And then let me try to keep my head on here. And
Yeah,
then
please keep your head on
someone
straight.
introduced me to Busker, and Busker was the very first app where I got my first dollar tip, and that
Yes.
was like a drug. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
One
like,
Man,
dollar drug.
I
give me more.
loved Busker.
Yes, exactly. And Olivia, I don't know if I see if it was Busker or I don't know you. I don't know where you've been, but I remember seeing you before, and I remember commenting because you're so talented and so great with your music playing and stuff.
Thanks.
But I don't know what app. I don't know what app it was on, and I'm sure you've probably been through most of them.
Yeah, any app that I could have been on, I probably was on, except
Yeah.
for OnlyFans.
I had
I
to
haven't.
Google that one time when somebody was making a joke, and I didn't know what it was.
I haven't explored that one. Don't know if I'm planning to.
Let's not.
Um,
Yeah. Live Me? Were you on
yeah,
Live Me?
Oh yeah, Olivia was saying that she was on
I
Live
was
Me. That's right.
definitely on Live Me.
Okay, so yeah.
I have like I think I have the biggest audience on Live Me actually.
Wow. Wow,
It's
really?
like
Okay.
130,000 fans or something.
Wow. That's amazing.
Whoa!
That's
What
amazing.
did they tank? What happened?
No, they're
I
still
think
around.
they're still around,
Oh,
but
okay, sorry.
It's like a
it's
merry-go-round.
yeah. But then that app, I don't know why. I don't know if they were like advertising it as like a singles app or something. I would get like comments like that sometimes where they were like, "Oh, are you single?" That was like a big question on that. I was like, "Is
Oh
this
wow.
a dating live streaming app or something?" Like I didn't
Well, I
understand.
I
think the
never got
creepy
that
people are
question.
just everywhere.
I usually got, do you live in your mom's basement?
I just asked
And
you like where
actually I
your
did.
hands are, or do you have
I was
legs?
like, actually, I do.
Yeah, really. It's quite cozy down here. Come in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
I just asked, are you real? I mean, where are you? Who's your person? Does anybody have anybody ever seen you?
Are you referring to me?
Yes.
Yes. I have on occasion gotten very excited and gone live with the puppeteer behind the scenes.
Do
And
you like
if
carry a
you
little like
dig deep enough,
suitcase?
you can find the the puppeteer or the creator behind the
Are you like
phonogram.
in this kind of a case
So
when you
cool.
Oh
travel?
no, I'm more in Tupperware. Like they keep me in Tupperware bins. Yeah, that's too fancy. I don't have fancy cases like that.
Tupperware.
But
You
your
know,
your backbone is still pretty like you have a backbone, which
yes,
congratulations.
yes.
Oh,
There's
Joanne says I think I met Foamy in person.
Oh yes, Joanne definitely. Yeah, we met
Hi,
Joanne
Joanne.
at Summit LA in like
Oh
the
my god.
staircase. It was
Wait,
That's
did
amazing.
we meet there? Because I was speaking at Summit.
I spoke at Summit too. I spoke on behalf of Busker on behalf of selling things. I forgot commerce,
oh,
I
you
believe.
you might have met Foamy for real and you didn't know.
I don't
That's
think we
so
met Olivia. I
I don't
only
think
got we
or
met.
so.
maybe you saw him and didn't know. Like
I
Yeah,
if he
don't
was
I would
presenting.
I have a list of people I've met like Mary Desmond, Yo Pickles,
Oh, I love
you
Mary.
know,
Mary is so sweet. She's
she's
like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
real
Chelsea.
Disney princess.
yeah,
We
definitely.
were on the same season of Idol.
Joanne's my list. Joanne and
Mary?
Spam. Is it
Yeah.
Spam? Her sidekick from back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does a lot of
that
cooking.
I
Hi,
used
hi,
to
hi,
watch
hi,
them.
hi.
I used to lurk watching her
Joanne's my
come on
Asian
late at
sister.
night with Spam, and they were the first ones that made me feel like, wow, this seems so easy, just to
Spam
go
and
on live and
rice.
talk about anything.
So true. Joanne has
Yeah,
inspired so many people to live stream, and
yeah,
like she just makes it look so easy, and which she's very natural, and it's just amazing. I mean, she's kind of the talking, the casual live stream queen over here. Yeah, see, it's so
right.
I
fun.
know.
Yes.
I was in like you guys were making a smoothie. Was it that day?
Yes,
I was
yesterday.
about to take a shower. I'm like, well, I don't want to miss this, so I just
Well,
kind of like put on a bunny speaker in my bathroom and I did my thing and I listened the whole way through. It's so cool.
Yeah, and we're just like casually talking about nothing, but it's also so fun.
yeah.
Yep, I'm so jealous of people who met you because I have no idea what you do. Like, I have your address, but I have
You
no
know
idea.
what we have to do? We should try to put together another live streaming conference because that was really cool,
Someone needs to pull that trigger.
Oh,
and
Seriously.
it
that would
only
be
happened one
so.
time.
This is a perfect time when everyone's like eager to go back out again, right? I mean, there's like
Totally.
energy.
We should just get together and put one together. It would be really fun.
Yep. And you guys are closer to Vegas, right? How far is it to Vegas? Are you
Four
Just
from?
a walk from
hours.
here to celebrate Ella.
Just
Yep.
I know. Wow, I feel so underdressed. Oh my goodness. So have you guys ever experienced like a broadcast where you thought there was going to be a couple hundred people and then like 12 people show up?
Oh, every day.
Yeah, every time, every single time.
And then when 100
especially
people show up, you don't know what to do.
yeah,
You know?
especially on like my dead channels because I've been on social media for so long that I have like many accounts that like just kind of
My
faded away,
my
kind of like my
YouTube
YouTube channel.
my YouTube is a graveyard of recordings.
But I think it might be even weirder when you almost have like 100,000 subscribers, but all of them are like
Yes.
almost all of them are from like 2005, and you're just like, oh, sorry
Hmm.
about it. Everybody's like an adult now,
Yeah.
living their lives, and I'm trying to live stream like, hey, remember me, Grandma from
Yep.
YouTube? Let me put in
Exactly.
my dentures real quick.
Hey,
Yep.
don't
Exactly.
knock it because
I like I like what Walt just put in the chat there. It's not about the quantity; it's about the quality.
So true.
You
And
know.
then that's what
yes,
makes it so fun because like it doesn't matter how many people are watching. It matters who is watching.
yeah, and
That's
that's
right.
why I
Yeah, it's
felt
good.
so secure. Like after midnight, my midnight and 4 a.m. crowds are so dependable because it's not like 2,000 people. It's the same people who is comfortable enough with me to say hi and chat
Yeah.
and make a few requests. So even if they're the only 5 people there, it wouldn't matter because one, I'm doing this to as a therapy, and there are a few friends who hang out with me, and that's all I need, really.
That's
Yeah,
great.
and
Hey, what's
the
up, Chris?
cool thing. Oh, Chris Gates
Hi,
is here
Chris.
too. Hey, Chris Gates. Walt here. C.S. Murphy. Veronica from Facebook.
I
Talk
was
about
just watching
quality
Chris
peeps
earlier.
Jo-
right now for
Joanne
sure.
says Hap should have a conference. I agree. We should ask Peter and Pablo about that.
Yes,
Great
let's all
idea.
send them an email. Chris
Yes,
is
let's ask Petey
awesome.
Pablo.
Chris
I
is
got to
so
tell you,
awesome.
there was a time on Live Me where they would feature artists, and
Yeah,
for whatever reason, I think Gil Pickles hooked me up, and she got me to I don't know become discovered, and I got featured like once, and they said,
yeah,
okay, you need to go live at a certain time. They I don't know what they did, but they opened up the algorithms or some kind of live streaming gate. There was like I don't know 1,800 viewers in the broadcast. The chat was moving so fast I couldn't read one thing,
Oh my gosh.
and so and that lasted, that was like lasted about 3 minutes, and there was nothing exciting about it. I didn't know where to go with it. How do you handle that many viewers leaving that many comments? So it's either a blessing or a curse, having so many people in your room, or having lower numbers in your room, or
yeah,
having consistent numbers, ongoingly, week to week and stuff. And so yeah,
Yeah,
it really isn't about the numbers. Yeah, even though if sometimes it feels like it should be, but it's not always about the numbers, Ella, to answer your
yeah,
question.
and I've come to realize, and I um appreciate the badge so that I can get more easily searched to help my business, that in turn
That's great. That's
help
great.
the money rescues. And so when I thought it through, I thought it's a worthwhile goal to go after, not because of the vanity metrics, but if I get more searchable, then eventually it'll help puppy cats heroes.
Yeah.
hey,
I like
so
wearing my badge in the mall.
I was thinking of an idea with the bunnies and being able to live stream with them is like
Hmm.
every time someone um uh what is it drops coins,
Uh
they can feed the bunny.
huh.
Oh, there you go.
I've been asked.
Yeah.
Have you guys asked for a bunny award yet? I don't think I have enough clout yet.
We've got to ask for it
Yeah, I asked for it like a few months ago.
so that
So
yeah, every time they have like feed me award or something, and then you feed the bunny.
yeah, I wonder if we need to provide the bunny graphic. Does that make it easier for them? Or they can
Maybe.
even use the plain old bunny emoji. I don't care, so long as there's a bunny
Yeah,
award.
or just find
Because
like a clip art or something.
yeah, I even
Chris
Can't
went as
hurt.
far.
Gale Chris Gale says I used to do 45 minutes of nonstop music when that happened. Yeah, it's true. Like I don't know. I don't know what happened for a while where every time I did music, everybody would just run away. And then I was kind of like,
What?
Same here.
yeah, you know,
Well, don't.
And I'm not
But
really a musician.
yeah,
like unless, well, except for on Live Me.
Yeah.
On Live Me, I could do my music and people would come, But then on Periscope, I would do music, and then people would drop off. So I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting because people are there for different reasons. Walt says,
Right?
Olivia, you're awesome. Thanks, Walt.
Yeah, I think she's an awesome person even before I knew she was a singer and has a personality on the, you know, whole like online strange world that somehow because of her charisma, I agreed. I even opened a Periscope account, but I have no idea what to do with it. So I kind of just let it sit, and every now and then people would like send me a message and ask me what I do, and I said, "In Periscope, nothing."
Yeah,
And
well,
then
you can connect apps to Periscope, you know. Joanne says people like Olivia's chit chat on the flow.
I know they're like chit chat queens. You don't
No,
need
I
to.
love that. That segment was by far one of the best times. Veronica says, "Yay, this is better. Yay, it is better. Yes, come on,
Hello,
Haps."
Veronica.
Yep,
But yeah,
come
chit
on
chat on the
over.
flow was a great time. That was
I think what made it easier is that this environment is at a point where I can easily connect to individuals and actually
yeah,
build relationships and friendships.
exactly.
Versus me, just like if you put me in a some kind of a virtual big hall and have 10,000 people look at me, I probably would just run away after a couple of tries.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean the fact that I can make connections and meet someone like Foamy who calls Puppy Cat what kind of dog is he, um, and be able to like
That's a good dog to
have
me.
several conversations, like repeated conversations with the audience, so you can make like distinct connections with each person. I
Oh,
think
totally.
that's the value that it brings me, or else I would be in a cave. I probably lost all skills of how to cultivate a friendship unless it's here. Just really-
Yeah. I mean, this is like genuine networking to the max. Like you really can't fake the funk here, you know.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
being genuine goes a long way. Ella, you've been just to see your progress with your ukulele playing and learning from an iPad is really inspiring. To
hi
me,
Veronica, thank you for the sub.
So true.
And I
and
just say anyone can do it.
yeah, well, but you're doing it and you're rocking it, and and it's really cool to see. To be honest, I came on and I was watching and I was like, okay, I left a few comments, and then Olivia recognized my comments, but you guys kept talking. I'm like, okay, they must be like family, because they're just going for it. Usually they're like, okay, Foamy's here, Foamy, you want to come join the thing, and you didn't even ask. I'm like, okay, it's all good. They're family, I'm secondary. I'm a friend on live streaming app.
He
It's all
was
good.
like he wasn't even
So,
in the green
but
room because I
but let
didn't
me
want
tell
them
you,
leave hanging.
yeah, so yeah, I wasn't in the agreement. True, I didn't want to like force it, but I actually was like, you know what, they're gonna probably talk for about 2 more hours, so I don't know if I had that much energy. So you know what
Sorry.
I did? I
What?
went offline and I actually recorded a greeting for you saying, hey, thank you for inviting me to your celebration. You deserve it. You're great. You were a VIP before you're a VIP.
Oh,
And so
don't make
I'm
me
gonna still send
cry.
it to you. But I made a little video, and as soon as I
Can
finished the video, I popped back in, and
oh, is
hey,
it done?
Foamy's
Can you
here. You
show
gonna
us
come up?
anyway?
I'm sorry.
Can you show us anyway?
I probably can show you if you make me director.
Yeah, make him a director so he can upload it.
Yeah, but I gotta like go off screen. So yeah, don't put me full screen.
Oh,
Why do I
sorry.
feel like I feel like the Captain Obvious right now? The way I look,
I
don't I
don't know
look
what
like the
I'm
guy from
doing.
Captain Obvious or the?
Okay,
the
so you want to be off screen for a bit?
oh, can you see me off screen for a bit?
Yeah, and then I'll make you a director.
Okay, cool. So I can upload. There you go. Yeah, make me director.
Okay.
I'll upload it, and
Which button do I
I'll mute my
press?
own audio here. But yeah,
All right.
anyways, that's but I'm just saying our genuine connection. You've been great. You sent me some swag, right? To from
How
the
cool.
money place and stuff, and and so anyhow, when you asked me earlier, like, hey, Foamy, can you come by and say hi? I was like, let me go find my tuxedo, and so
Can't
I'm
believe
honored.
you have a tuxedo.
I'm honored.
That is so amazing. Even though like human to human, you gotta have a good head on your shoulders first. I mean that literally.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so let me go back here and do some editing. Just
Okay,
upload this
where do
thing,
I
and
click, Olivia?
I'll pack.
Which button do I click for the roles to
I
make him
think
a
you have
director?
to like right click it or something.
I don't have a right clicker.
Darn it. Might have to select him
Okay.
and then maybe there's like settings more. Maybe I don't know
More. So I'm
because
what
I
I
can't see it
can't
because I'm not a
remember.
director either. Oh,
Oh,
it's where you invite people. So if you can
oh,
like,
oh, oh yeah. Okay, got it.
and
Got it,
then you
got it.
can just check.
Yep.
Do I need to leave and come back, or are you good?
No, you're good. I'm
I
Oh,
gonna.
can,
there you go. Cool,
yeah.
cool. I see it. It
Okay,
worked
you
out.
can
Yay.
do it
Okay.
now.
All right, cool. Let me upload this in a second.
Okay. Cool. I get
So
my
while you're uploading, I'll distract everyone before I head off.
Oh, how are you gonna distract us? With your
I'm
beauty
just
or with
gonna keep
song?
uh,
Or keep chit chatting?
chit chats.
Oh, so tell us about your niece's band, because I can't wait until they put on my flappy hats and perform.
So my niece's band, they started when they were like 8 or 9, and it's an entire band of children. It's like a rock band of children. My niece is the lead singer,
So awesome.
and then um, there's my niece is Genevieve. They're now 11 and 12. She's the lead singer. She's going through like voice changes now, so it's kind of interesting. And then there's Shalom, who plays the guitar, and he's also starting to sing now too. And they just got a new drummer.
Oh
They've got
my
a bass
god.
player and a keyboard
That is
player, and
so
then
pro.
yeah, and so there's so many different characters that are in the band.
Do they
They're
play
called
gigs like in real life?
they play gigs, so
Oh
they
my
perform.
god.
They have merch. They have a logo. They're called Rooted Band. They're on Instagram, so you can find them. They're super cute. It's a children's band, so it's
Uh-huh.
very adorable.
Oh,
Um,
like it fits like me and Puppy Cat's brand image.
oh, totally. And they love animals, of course. So yeah, and they rehearse on Sundays because they're children and they have school and stuff.
School.
Um, I don't know how Genevieve is rehearsing with them now that they've moved, but I think they come back on the weekends to rehearse or something.
Weren't they in a news show before? I remember I was either listening to you or talking with you, and you told me they were going to be on like a Chinese channel. The Chinese channel?
Yeah, so they were competing and then they were featured on TV. So they've been on TV before.
Oh
They've
my
performed a bunch.
goodness!
They just finished rock band camp or something. So
There
they're
is such a thing.
yeah.
What is rock band camp? What do
Yeah,
they
so
teach you?
each of them, yeah, they were trained in like music business, different aspects of music and playing together in a band. Like these are 11 and 12-year-olds. That's so cute.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and they're so adorable.
Will they be allowed to be my guest, even if they don't have an account?
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Pick one
I,
song.
I didn't want to be too overly involved because I get busy and sometimes when I commit to things,
I
I
know, and then their schedule is different now. But
yeah, and then
if it feels right, just like text me.
it's very difficult for me because I want to like support everybody with their dreams and their endeavors and things. And then I also have my schedule, so
Your
it's
schedule
very hard.
crazy.
It's insane. And then like I'm part of all these different groups. Like I'm part of BNI. I'm in Jackie's Toastmasters group, and I hardly am even able to attend their meetings because I've got so many things going on. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how I'm holding up with like I haven't even attended the last few BNI meetings. I haven't even attended like Toastmasters in months, I feel like. So it's difficult, to like keep
Is
up
it
with.
just is it just because you recently got your new role and there are things that you need to do? Is it like a peak busy period, or is it gonna be like that?
I think because of this new role, there will be a lot of things coming up. It just all happened so quickly, and like before, I feel like I was able to manage things pretty well. Like I didn't really need to set up a Calendly or anything. Have you heard of Calendly?
Yes.
It's for busy people who need to set up a lot of meetings and stuff, right? Like I was able to manage without it, and now it's come to a point where I'm like, okay, I have to set this up because people are trying to schedule times to meet and it's difficult because my schedule is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, okay, well, I need to set up this Calendly thing so that I can be there for my team and be there for people in doTERRA, be there for you guys, like,
Yeah,
for
I don't
you.
even remember the last time you sang on Haps. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, me neither. And seriously, I'm looking at my music corner.
Uh
Nothing's
huh.
even set up. Things haven't been set
Oh.
up for like a long time. So
Oh.
anytime that I'm actually like doing singing stuff, it's probably because I'm being featured for something or somebody invited me to like do something. Usually on Haps. So like
Uh
if it's a
huh.
Haps thing, usually like, okay, we're doing a special feature thing today. Make sure you do a song, and then I'm like, yeah, totally.
Uh huh.
And then I'll like bust out the guitar.
Yeah,
But
I think that's the last time I kind of saw like 2 minutes of you, and
yeah,
then I
but like
haven't seen your
the
shows of like where you bring up artists to like feature and stuff like that. I haven't.
yeah, but like the setup,
Mm-hmm.
that's not even plugged in. Like nothing is
Ooh,
plugged in right now.
my goodness. So hopefully you get like a breather so you can like crack out your guitar and do it just for fun.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to just take a break and then like I'm not so immersed in music. I do
Mm-hmm.
have songs though that haven't been released, so they're just waiting there.
Ooh.
Secret music that's just sitting there. But it
Ooh.
takes a lot of effort to release a song.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. It takes a lot of effort for me to learn the lyrics and play the chords. Let alone
Yes.
like create your own to release.
Yeah. Oh, G Garcia's here. Walt says we all need some time, Olivia. It's true. Yeah, I think there was like a bit of burnout there, especially with all that like. Oh, and then I know what happened. So the drama. I was supposed to be featured on this show on Netflix,
Oh,
and they told me that I was going to be featured in it, and then I even signed these things saying that my song was going to be in it. And as I'm anxiously anticipating the episode that I was performing in, um, which is ironic because it's supposed to be a show about people who have a lot of money. And then I think they forgot that part when they told me that I was playing for exposure.
uh-huh.
And then of course I didn't have a Netflix credit yet, so I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great! I'll play if I'm going to get a Netflix credit."
Mhm.
The episode airs, and um, I definitely wasn't featured. And just to make sure like it was a proper scene, I did see the corner of my keyboard
Oh,
and the brand of my keyboard that I'm sponsored by got featured on the show. So I was really happy about that
uh-huh.
because I was like, okay, well, you know what? At least somebody like got something out of this. Like the brand that sponsored me got featured in the show, and I was like
But
really excited
you
about
they didn't include you, the
it.
person
They
or
didn't
the
include
song?
me, my music, or any like it was like I was never even there.
Oh.
And this place was so far, like, and my setup is not easy. I have an 88 key keyboard, a violin, a guitar, two microphones, a looper, and then all the chords that come with it, and a mixer. And that day Chris was out of town, so I had to do like the whole thing by myself. And there's like a
By yourself?
wagon,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
And I'm doing this for a Netflix credit. I'm not even getting like paid
Your
for it,
money.
even though it's a show about people who have a ton of money. Um, and so ever since that night, I mean, like it aired, and I was bawling. I was like, I was so upset
Because you
because
expected your efforts and your work will show, right?
yeah, which
Did
it
they
did.
even tell you after it was
No,
produced?
so at first I was really obviously upset and angry, and I was going to post about it, but I didn't want to be that person. So I made light of the situation and posted that my keyboard got featured in this show. And I was like, yay, me, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yay,
sometimes
my keyboard was
feeling like
there. Like, I'm so
did
excited.
they ever like provide some kind of closure for you
So the
about like
person who invited me to be featured there texted me to apologize, saying that a lot of their scenes were cut as well. Oh, bye, Walt. See you
Bye.
later.
Thank you for visiting.
So
Later,
then,
Walt.
like, yeah, they apologized, and then I was just kind of like, okay, it's not your fault, but like
Yeah.
next time, if I'm not gonna be like, if I'm not gonna get a credit for it, at least compensate.
Right. I mean,
Like,
it's
I'm
not like
not,
real money. I mean, so
yeah.
what's the harm in like really compensating you what you signed up for?
Well, it's a show about people with a lot of money.
But they
That's
invited you and you did the
irony.
work though. I mean, they invited you, you provided the services that were in the contract.
Yeah, and I'm not like 17 years old anymore where I'm performing to get exposure. I'm a
Yeah.
32-year-old who uh like
You're
owns a lot
partially
of
doing this for,
businesses.
like your extra job or extra whatever. So I
Yeah,
mean,
and,
just let me
yeah.
know when you're ready to come on. I hear you in my headphone.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm
And then
sorry.
now I don't see you.
My mic open? My
But
mic open?
anyway, long
Yeah, your
story
mic.
short, I was featured on a show. My keyboard was featured on a show, and it's really cool. And it's great hanging out with
Hi,
everyone.
Retta.
And I'm so happy for you, Ella, that you got your VIP badge.
Because of you. You dragged me,
No,
like,
no, no. It's because of you. I'm not the one live streaming here. It's you.
but you saw what I didn't see in myself. And that's what a great friend does, I think.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
It's
because,
true though. I mean, you were meant to be an awesome live streamer, and that's why you're here.
oh, hug. Thank you, Retta.
Okay, I will run away so Foamy Homie can show his video.
Okay, thank you so much. I so appreciate you coming on. Get some rest and let me know the next place you're gonna be at, so I don't like start texting you when it's 4 a.m. or something.
Don't worry, we're always texting each other at 4 a.m. anyway. It's fine.
Well, that's true. I never consider the time before I go. So, thank you so much. Big hugs.
Bye everyone. Bye Ella. Bye
Bye.
Foamy. Bye everyone.
Hey, peace to you, Olivia. Okay.
Let me know.